Pendulum are back. Ugh. I mean, I guess they've always been there. I kind of let go of them after Hold Your Colour. I wasn't a huge fan of the direction that they took. I was lucky enough when I was about 16, which, you know, was only a few years ago. I managed to see them live in this really small club in Eindhoven in Holland called Red Square, I think it was. I grew up there, so oh, the memories. I don't have anything against mainstream drum and bass. In fact, I quite like it. Heck, I likes me some Wilkinson, Chase and Status, Noisier, you name it. But there was this weird shift after Hold Your Colour. I'm not sure if it was dubstep or the overuse of their signature high-pitched synth and bass, but it started leaning towards sounding kind of trashy, like Euro trash or something. It felt cheesy and washed out. Like, sure, if I'm out of the club and it comes on, I'm going to be jumping around, but I'm probably left with a headache after. So here we are with their new album, Inertia, running just under an hour with 16 tracks, and honestly, I kind of hate it. And I have such fond memories of Hold Your Colour. It's such a big part of my teenage years. I think an album which kind of pushed a lot of drum and bass into the mainstream, especially in the early noughties anyway, when it kind of got really big. It wasn't just like drum and bass though, it felt kind of new and experimental. They added way more brazen sounds, weird vocal samples like, you know, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But it just worked so well with the track. Then you also had these like melodic liquid drum and bass tracks with these like really smooth vocals on top. It was a brilliant mix of hard and soft all in one. So why don't I like Inertia? Well, it feels like Pendulum here are just kind of stuck. I went in expecting something different after all this time, but no, it's still kind of just the same. The post-Skrillex dubstep mashup of sound. There's still drum and bass here, but it doesn't come often enough, and it's slightly derivative of their earlier work after Hold Your Colour, and sometimes a little bit of Hold Your Colour. Just listen to the opener, which I did kind of enjoy a little bit, sparking a bit of nostalgia, but it's just that high-pitched signature sound of theirs. Like, that could have been on, you know, Fasten Your Seatbelts or something. Like, it's kind of just done at this point. It isn't until 2 minutes in when it starts to get a bit jungly that I find myself enjoying it more. But that doesn't last very long and we're back to the same old, same old. After this though, with Come Alive feeling a bit like Rammstein, but it's completely ruined by these like kind of corny vocals. And you have a lot of these vocals on a lot of the tracks on the album. Save the Cat, Guiding Lights, Louder Than Words, which kind of sucks because I quite like Hybrid Minds. It's this like weird appeal to the mainstream which makes it cheesy, which isn't inherently wrong or anything because a lot of tracks have like vocals and things and it works in a mainstream setting, and you know, heavier drum and bass doesn't really appeal to everyone, so I guess you have to soften it up a bit, but add something interesting, add better lyrics. Like, the vocals just sound a bit plain and boring. That isn't to say though there are a few good songs on this album. Let's start with Cannibal featuring WARGASM. I mean, it helps that I like WARGASM anyway. Ever since reviewing Graphic Nature, I've had a bit of a love for metal infused drum and bass, and it does work here, I think. It's a match made in heavy noise. But most of the time on this album, when you're met with these sort of like metal vocals, it's just kind of boring. Man, I just wish there was something more here. It's just lacking a lot of like elements. And talking about genres that meld well together, we have Napalm with Joey Valence and Brae, I think it's called, which is also one of the standout tracks to me. It's like this rapping and drum and bass just goes so well together. It's like MCing, you know what I mean? Yeah, look, it's filled with boring, mediocre tracks. I will forever hold on to the memories of Hold Your Colour. Still today, it's one of my favourite drum and bass albums. But whatever Pendulum have going on now just ain't it. Inertia just feels like another boring chapter for Pendulum, retracing steps that they've already taken, rather than trying something bolder and a bit more fresh. There's so much drum and bass out there these days that feels new but quite exciting. Essentially, they're just polishing a genre which came across back in the day as groundbreaking, but now just really tired and kind of overdone. There are flashes, of course, of good moments here, but weirdly it seems to be only when there's features on the track. Either way though, I think I'd give this album a 3.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought down below. Leave your comments, whatever, you know, tell me I'm a twat, I don't care. And yeah, anyway, lovely to see you and hopefully see you on the next one.